Hello, welcome back to my channel, Preparing for Retirement. My name is Martha, and today's subject for the video is travel day. It was time for us to leave Chiang Mai, Thailand, and head out to Malaga, Spain. We were going to be spending 5 days in Malaga, and we'll stop along the way in Malaysia for a 5-hour layover, and then Istanbul for an 18-hour layover with a planned tour that was a partnership through the city of Istanbul and Turkish Air. So we headed out. It was around noon that we checked out from our Airbnb and headed for the airport. The airport at Chiang Mai is smaller, and it was so easy. We just got dropped off and checked in, and then it was just settling down to wait. And along this ride, we just really enjoyed the view. The driver took us a different way, which was actually through the Air Force Base. It was really wild to think that we were driving through the Air Force Base to get to the hotel. But we really enjoyed this drive. There was a lot to see. Our stay in Thailand had been just so much fun and filled with beautiful experiences and beautiful people and crazy good food. So we were sad to go, but at the same time, we were really excited to try Malaysian food in Malaysia, to take the tour through Istanbul, and then finally for me to be back in my beloved Spain for a whole 5 days before we head back to the US. So here we are arriving at the airport, and as I said, it was a quick trip. It's a beautiful airport, the architecture. So we got checked in, and then I went got some snacks for the flight, and then we just settled in at the gate and waited for our turn to board. Noticed with the planes that we flew on in Thailand that they did board from the back forward, which is the way that we used to do it in the US and frankly is so much more effective. So here we are all boarded and waiting to take off for our first flight. So each of our flights did offer food, and so for the meals, I had us listed as non-vegetarian Hindu, and I was really hoping it would be all Indian food, and it was. Yay! It was so good. Each of the flights, the food was excellent. This is a jelly and apple jello. It was so amazingly good. Really enjoyed the food on the flights. So we arrived in Kuala Lumpur Airport, and look what we found, a Dunkin' Donuts. Very exciting. Very exciting. We shall see if it is Dunkin' coffee or cappuccino. We'll see. So there was a bit of confusion in the airport how we were supposed to get to the next
So
gate.
we landed here. Oh, second line. Yes. So we couldn't figure out how to get to our next gate, and it wasn't up on the line. So we finally talked to Connections, and we have to leave Terminal 1 to go to Terminal C. So we're now waiting for a bus to go to Terminal C. Okay, so we're on the bus heading to Terminal C. This was an adventure going back and forth trying to figure it out. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Okay, Terminal C. So according to the transit desk, We don't know the gate yet, but it's in Terminal C for Turkish Airlines, and there will be food here. Lots of food, she said. So, here we go. Okay. All right, so we are at Grandmama's Flavors of Malaysia after figuring out the terminal situation. And so, ooh,
Still looks good.
it looks really good, actually. It is 5 ringgit to the dollar.
That's good.
This looks so good.
Sure.
So ready. Hairy. It's red and it's hairy looking. Okay. Okay. Okay, our food has arrived, and this is unbelievably delicious looking. And we each have a little sauce that goes on it. So this is less than $11 for the whole meal. Bon appetit. Okay, so our gate is C14, which is on the other side of this construction block here for the other people mover. But basically what happens is the same as what you see at C12. They open up the security area for the gate just before the flight is ready to board, like maybe an hour before the flight takes off or something. And then you have to line up and go through security again. Even though we never left the secure part of the airport, they have you go through again, I guess. So until our gate opens, we can't go in to sit in the gate area. And we're still a good 2.5 hours or so from the flight taking off. So we're just gonna sit here and relax and wait and watch something on our phones. So that's it. It's late night here.
So here we are inside the gate, and I think at this point it was about 20 minutes before they were going to start boarding, and so there really weren't very many people in here yet. It got much more crowded the closer it got. So it was also pretty late at night, so we were very tired, and honestly we just wanted to get on the flight and get to Turkey. We were very, very excited for that tour. Couldn't wait to see Istanbul, and we love Turkish food, so it was a win-win in that it was free. So they finally called us for boarding, and we started to board the plane. So after a couple of hours in Malaysia, we're back on the plane and headed out. on Turkish Air. Next stop would be Turkey, and we were so excited for that tour. So they gave us a menu, which I thought was very interesting because I had already ordered our food. So, you know, that was fine. We had another wonderful meal and then got some rest. And next thing we knew, we were in Turkey. And we did have some difficulty finding the tour. So they told us to go through the passport control and security across from us, which we did. As you can see here, it is extremely busy, and it took a half an hour to do that. So they had given us a map of how to get to the tour meetup, and it was just on the other side of security, and then you go down escalators to the baggage claim, and boom, there's your meeting place. Okay, so we walked everywhere trying to follow the
After 9 hours,
directions
40 minutes on a plane.
on this map to take our tour. We had a free tour through Istanbul for 3 hours that was put on by a collaboration between Turkish Air and Tour Istanbul. And yeah, you can't get there from here apparently. Nobody knows how to get to their meeting point. We couldn't get to baggage claim. Nobody was willing to help us. The people at the Tour Istanbul desk were very uninterested in helping any further. The customer service is not really prized, at least at that desk. So
Everyone we asked the same.
yeah, all the employees we asked at the airport, they didn't know what we were talking about and just kept saying this is international transfer. So of course we can't get to baggage claim because this is departures, not arrivals. I don't know why that they sent us through here, but whatever. So we have made an executive decision, right, Lou?
Yep, not doing this tour.
We are not doing the tour. I sent them an
Can't
email.
find it.
I will be reviewing them. That the service was
Pity.
very, very poor. We were looking forward to it. And we'll just see Istanbul sometime when we come back on our own. We'll come for 2-3 days and do the tour ourselves.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. So in other news, we got 2 coffees at this coffee bar. And we got 2 double shot cappuccinos. And it came to $24 US. So there's a wake up from Southeast Asia. That was
Yeah, well, that and the customer service attitude. It's
little-
like going from super friendly to teenage high school.
well, and he's talking about
One day.
airport employees. He's not
But
talking
in
about.
Thailand, we've been in Thailand for a month, and everybody, they would have
talking
pedaled
about-
you backwards to
Yes,
help you.
yes, Thailand. They
The
would have
cost of
walked you
things,
to
super
the place.
inexpensive. Yeah, big
I
change
can't
here.
get this to focus, but it's 968 lira. So that was really eye-opening after paying $1 a coffee for I don't know how long, $1 a cappuccino for I don't know how long to pay.
It's like we
$12
flew into
for-
90210.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Drama and price.
yeah. So we've got a flight leaving in like 8 hours, and so we're just gonna rough it out.
Yeah.
We're just gonna rough
Go
it out.
hungry.
Actually, the flight isn't leaving in 8 hours.
No.
I can't math right now. I'm so tired. It's boarding in 5.5 hours. So we're just gonna. We've got a couple snacks we can eat, and if we get hungry, we'll
We
do
have
that.
snacks?
I bought snacks in
Oh.
Chiang Mai.
Oh, yay. Good thinking.
And you said, we don't need that. They're going to feed us. We don't need that. We're going to feed us.
We're gonna need
Yeah, well, we needed it. So, and that should
We're
save
gonna
us.
blow our monthly budget in a day.
I was really disappointed. I'm really disappointed by this price because I was looking forward to some
You
good.
have to see that map
Turkish
too.
food.
Look at it. We were there. We went through the thing, and there was no down. It says down escalator, and there was
There's no
nothing.
down.
It wasn't a down.
There's no down.
We
And
asked, we asked like 4 or 5 different
Yeah.
people.
I even asked, any passport control? And she said, any one of them. And the desk right here is where we were talking to them. And the international transfer, this is this whole line right here.
Yeah.
It's all international transfer.
And it was packed.
And the only place it takes you is to departures,
which
not
is
arrivals.
Up. It was up.
Departures. So everything
There
goes
was
up.
no sign for international baggage claim.
The escalators, the elevators, they do not go down. That is the worst map. So
And then we were supposed to get here
We're
from
supposed to-
there. That would get down, and then we go out
And
to
then
the
we
exit
wind through
and meet them
and
there. But
meet them.
there was
but
no way to find this.
it wasn't happening. So
And everybody we asked was just like, no, you have to go to departures. It's like, we're not
Yeah.
going to departures. I even asked. International baggage claim, they're like, departures. It's like, oh, for heaven's sake.
yeah.
Yep, done. Done.
So we're just gonna relax, get some rest, and
Eat Martha's snacks.
yep. And then we'll get on the plane, and we're gonna, in Lou's words, we're gonna arrive in Malaga, go to
5:30,
sleep,
5:40.
wicked early, and just do a reset.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do a
Start
reset
fresh.
and have a
Malaga.
good weekend in Malaga. That's what we're gonna do.
It's a plan.
So, okay, off we go. There are plenty of charging station seating areas. There's a few that you can actually lay down on. That, I'm not gonna lie, I grabbed a little nap. But it is local time Friday morning. We got in around 5, and now it's about 9. It's honestly just as busy as it was at 5. So it's a pretty big airport. And I'm looking for just a little convenience store type shop where I can buy a water or a machine. And I'm getting lost a bit with all the luxury duty-free shops. This thing is probably got more duty-free shops than I've ever seen in my life in any airport.
Her misin yan tarafında bir koridor var. Yani. Oraya geçtikten sonra
Don't think I need a duty-free water. Even if I can find one. Other than that, just getting some steps in. So we'll see how much a water costs. Lou thinks it's going to cost about $5. We'll see. Okay, so we finally have the official word on our gate, and it is leaving from B6B. So we're walking down to the other end of the airport, all the way down. And we board in about an hour, and we can't wait to get to Malaga. Okay, so we have our gate, but it's still going to be a while. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I can see it, Malaga. Gate info at 11:15. They're saying gate B68 online. So, but 11:15, it's 9:29.
Elijah.
The airport's really nice, but very expensive. Duck in to freshen up, brush my teeth. So we finally were able to board our plane. They served us so quickly. It was like you got on, boom, there's your meal. And then after that, we were able to get some rest. And it really wasn't too long. It was just a few hours before we were touching down in Malaga. I was just so pleased to finally be back in Spain again. I know I touched down briefly for, one day in Barcelona, one day in Cartagena, but to be back for a little bit longer is glorious, and we both can't wait to come back.
for hopefully at least 2 months. So here we are coming in for a landing. I've said before that I was so excited to be coming back. Um, I did go to school in southern Spain for about 7 or 8 months, I think it was. It was a J term plus a regular term at University of Seville. And so I lived there in an apartment in 1986 and just absolutely fell in love with the country, the people, of course, the language. That was my major. And, just coming back was just such a great feeling. And the fact that Lou also fell in love with Spain, all on his own, was such a balm to my soul because I knew that it meant that we would be spending many months here over the next several years. And honestly, it just thrilled me how much he loved it.
Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler ve sevgili çocuklar, yolculuğunuzun rahat ve keyifli geçmiş olduğunu umuyoruz. Emniyetiniz için kemer ikaz ışıkları sönünceye kadar lütfen yerinizde kalınız. Kemerinizi bağlı tutunuz ve başüstü dolaplarını açmayın.
So we finally were able to get off of the plane at the Malaga airport, Costa del Sol, and the airport is really a nice airport. It's rather small and it was very easy to navigate. The Grab station was right outside, or the Uber station rather, not Grab, was right outside. And so we got an Uber right to our hotel. It was about 15-20 minutes. And here are the views from our hotel room. It's a big green space down there. So everyone exercising, walking babies in strollers, taking walks as family. It was great. So we got our stuff put away and then we headed out into the neighborhood and immediately found a wonderful tapas bar. I asked for the menu of the day. She showed me what she had written, and we went ahead and ordered several dishes. Too many dishes, honestly. It was way too much food. We ate off of that for days, brought it back to our hotel, and the total came to, I believe, about $24. Lou was thrilled that the wine was just as good as it was when we stopped in other areas of Europe. So here we go forward into our adventures in Spain. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you uh, enjoyed our travel day. It was a crazy travel day. But if you like this kind of content and you want to see our upcoming content in Spain, which was amazing, please do like and subscribe. And as always, I thank you for watching my videos. It means so much to me to share this with everyone. So again, thank you. Have a wonderful day and God bless.